Fine. So have you had a chance to practice anything?
No, I haven't.
Okay, have you did the homework like printing few statements?
No, I wasn't able to because I was out for the week. I was at a camp.
Okay, fine.
But after this class I can do the homework.
Okay,
I'll get it to you by Wednesday.
okay. So fine. So what we do is like so we'll go through few of the other programs and we'll learn about starting the tokens. So I think in the last session we have just learned about the different types of data. So we start from here. So let me know if you have any other doubts in the sessions. I mean in the last session.
I don't.
Okay, fine then. Okay, all of you are able to see the screen.
Yes.
Okay. So this is how the data types that we are looking about, and they're simply called as the system which can operate on the data. So these data types can be defined or classified into several other types. So they are just below. There are basically four types. So one is called the basic or the normal data that we are talking about, that is integer and floating types. The second one is enumerated. So these come under the discrete integer values, like they are nothing but an extension of the particular integer data type. So the third one is called void. So it means that there is no specific data or there is no particular data and which cannot be returned through it. The fourth one is called derived data types. So derived in the sense like they are just prepared and they can be used as usual and as per the requirement, and they can be specifically written according to our requirements in the program. So these are the four types upon which you can write your programs and you can operate the data over which along with these types of things. So there's a concept called like aggregate data types. So it's not a new data type. So it's called to be the mixture of like array and structures. So arrays deals with the different or a group of similar elements. So structure is nothing but a group of different variables and different data types. So structure in the sense it's called as a combination of or combinedly a mixture of data types but which was coupled together to form a single data type. So this is called to be the aggregate type and what you are talking about, and type of a function. So when we call a function type, then it's going to be the function's return value. So for example, if you're mentioning something like in between data type, variable and value. So if there is no value, that comes under void, and if there is any value, that comes under that particular return type. Okay, we'll see different types of values in the next slides. So these are the types of integer data type, and the value is nothing but a range. So the most common data type that we use for numbers is called integers. So integers, and most probably you will learn about a long if you require more range of values than integer. So if you want to save the space, then you can go for unsigned or just signed character, or simply called as short. But even though the integer takes place the wide range of values when you are just writing programs, so this has been the common notation for use with. And if you need very long variables, so you need to go with the extension called long. So you need to simply mention like long int. Next. Yeah, this is an operator. So size of is nothing but an operator, or simply you can call this as a particular function. So this can be used in your program to mention or to get the size of a particular data type. So while you are dealing with, and you may not be familiar with some of the data types that you are facing or that you are working with, so that what you can do is like use this operator to find out this particular data. So it may be integer or any other data type. So it is, for example, it was given as integer here, so that you can find out how much data is occupied or how much memory was occupied by this particular data type called integer by using this size of operator. So this is one more thing, like if you want to know about, or if you want to print some integer values, so this is nothing but a format for output. Okay, we'll learn about format for output and input, but whenever you see %d, so this symbol is called percentile symbol or called as modulus. So when you are talking about, or when you are interacting with these type of data like modulus or percentile, symbol, so both are equal and both are nothing but the names of this particular symbol. So it depends upon the particular use or the particular situations. So when you call D, so D stands for digits, so C stands for character, and F stands for float values. So there are so many other things like U for unsigned. So if you are using unsigned integers, then you need to print this format by using U. And if you are printing floats, /F, so %F. So these are the formats. So if you are using characters, then %C, and if you are using strings, then %S. So we don't have direct a data type called strings, but we group a group of characters. So then it becomes a string. Then if you want to input or output a string, then you need to use this particular format for input or output. So format specifies a way to define the values. Work together. Okay. So this is a sample program for what you need to just know about the type of data. So these are the common and standard input output .h header file, and this limits. So this size of particular. So this particular function called size of needs this resource. So this particular resource is called to be a header file, which can be used to run this operator or to run this function. So that's why we have just included it here, so that we can find out this particular data over here. Okay, all of you got understood about this program?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, well, before you end it, you know how you have to put percent and then a character depending on what you're gonna put in the statement.
Okay.
Well, what is %d?
%d. Okay, this is nothing but a format. Don't worry about it. So this, you'll make it a habit of writing this when you are working with integers. So always you need to refer this particular format. So if you want to give an input or output, so while you learn the scanf functions, so you'll learn about how you can input, and this is about how you print the values. Okay, so far you have been familiar with writing printf statements, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Printf and here your format is double quotes to print a string. Okay, your name. So far you have printed like, okay, hello world or something. But what if you want to print your name? So you can write your name like, okay, in this way. But what if you want to print your name from a predefined function or predefined variable? So let's assume that you are not going to print your name directly. So your name is somewhere in the characters. Okay. Okay, I have just entered your name into the strings. So now, so you don't need to type all these things, and you want to access from the memory location. So instead of directly printing it at runtime, so what you do is like you use variables now. Okay, comma C. So what does it do? So simply it will print you this particular character array, and from here, so when you're printing, so this brings out all these 10 characters from here, and from this particular point it will search for the format, so where it should actually print the data. So as this becomes a string and not a character, so this particular string will be copied onto this location. So this
I understand that. I was just asking what since for different types of variables you need different types of percent characters. So what is what is D?
D stands for digit.
So for for integers or numbers.
Okay, it's used for integer variables.
Okay.
Only for integer, or so if you have decimal values, then you need to go for F.
Okay. And
so that's how it understands the format of what you're.
One more question.
Okay.
How do you put multiple? How do you put more than one?
You mean more than one value?
Yes.
So if you have more than one value, then you need to start typing %d space and the same digit again, the same format again. So if you want to print values, so like imagine that there are A, B and C. So you want to print all the variables at the same time, then copy the same symbol here and again here, and later you need to start this from this place.
Okay.
So that you will continuously have %d, %d and %d, and completely this particular double quotes and comma. Then finally you will see these variables placed here. So how you arrange these things, like whether A, B or C, or C, B or A. So that particular values will print here. So they will print in their respective values.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is nothing but a range of float values. So float stands for the decimal type of values. So always whenever you are working with decimal or point type of values, then this is nothing but a range. So the default value or the default memory which is occupied by a float data type was 4 bytes. And if you want to print double values, so double stands for double in the sense like it is double than float, either in the storage or in the range. So it occupies, and it can be used to print up to 15 decimal points, so that you can have very larger numbers printed by double for only decimals. So it's not for a standard or rounded up values. And even if it is not sufficient, you can either go for long double. So this is basically used for fraction of numbers and decimal point values. So where you can write your, for example, currency like, okay, 52.32 dollars, etc. So here, so you can use that particular dollar somewhere else, or you can print this particular symbol. But if you have these type of values, for example 52.32 or something like, so you can go for floating point values. So you cannot directly use integer type of values. So where that particular floating point values will be accessed by using %f. Because if you can use the same format as you did in the previous program, like %d, so it will print only these particular values like till 652, and it will ignore the decimal point values. So that's the reason we use different formats for input and output of different type of data. So here we need to use a header file called float.h, so that you can have a real numbers that can be used in your program. So this is a small example of how you can actually input and %d, and you can use float. So no matter whether you use this particular source files, so but always include as many number of header files as you can if you're planning for use with your program. So this is a normal printf statement, and whenever you are using the default or the predefined values of this float, then you need to include this particular float header file. So if you can work with, so it will print over the size of, and finally it will print out the maximum minimum values of this particular float. And here the void type specifies that no value is available. So you can use value called void for function return and function arguments as well as pointers. So for these three things you can use void in the beginning. So this is an example of how you use void. So you need to use this particular keyword, and this is called the function name, and finally these are called the parameters. So whenever you write function, so you can write your exit, or if you are not planning for void, so then you can go for other data type like int or any other data type. So you may use any particular thing, like you may go for character, integer, a float, or any other data type which is based on this type of or the behavior of this function. So here these are the parameters, again the input, and when we discuss about functions you can better understand how we can use these parameters. So for now just understand how the structure would be. So if you're not using void, then it will be in this particular format. So like int, rand, and you can use void inside of this particular parenthesis. So rand is a function, it's a data type, or simply called as a return type, and these are called the parameters. So whenever you go with, this is the function name, this is return type, and this is called the parameters. So if you want the return type, then you can mention in this way, or else you can go for void. Next, so pointers is another type of memory. So pointer gets the address of a particular variable, or simply called as an object. So void malloc. So malloc is again another function. So you can use this particular size t. So size t in the sense like you can use your own defined data type, and you can mention something here. And yeah, so I think you already learnt about variables the last session. Do you have any other doubts here, or how it will be defined? Okay, so Ali, Khalid, have any doubts?
Um,
I don't think so. Okay, today we are going to learn about a few programs with variables so that you can understand. So just observe the difference. Just go with the syntax like type. So this is nothing but the data type, and this is called the variable list. So these are all the different variables: character, integer, float, double, void. So void is nothing but absence of that particular data type. So this void doesn't come under these things, but these are the standard data types. Okay, I'll go with a small program here. So variables or the valid variables are given here. So you can see like integer d equals to 3. So this is a standard variable. So if I want to mention or assign this value of 3 into this d, then this is the way to mention. So defining in the sense like it's called integer d. So this, okay. So what you can do is like, so int d is nothing but how you define the variables. Next. So this particular thing starting from here. So int d equals to 3 stands for definition, initializing. So this is called initializing, and this particular thing is called the definition. So defining. So when you write intd, this stands for defining values, and when you use for int d equals to 3, so this is assigning the value to that particular d. So then it is called to be the initialization. So in the same way we did for f. Okay, let's write a small program here so that you can learn. So there is a new keyword for you. This is called extern. So extern is nothing but a keyword which makes which is normally been and which simply denotes that is particularly a local variable. So whenever you write extern, it stands as a global variable before you start. So extern stands for global, and which similarly works as a local variable, and which is very similar to. So we have our int main function here, and if you can define these values before the main function, then it calls to be the global variables. So this is called to be the variable declaration part from here, that is before the main function. So you can call this one from here to here. So this is called to be the variable declaration. And after the main function, then this is called to be the variable definition. So you are just defining, we did not give any values for this. And this is called to be the another one. So this is initialization. And finally these are the functions for input and output. So finally we are returning these type of values. Okay. So let's see how you can actually confirm these values by writing and by typing. Okay. And okay. So and the other thing like Zakaria, so are you understanding the session?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So can I give you the control so that can you type the program and execute it for me? Okay. I'm just giving you access. So I'm just executing it. Start. Okay. Just type the program. by seeing it here, and you can execute it. Okay, this is another program. So go with new. Okay. Yeah. Start accessing. Close the file. So go to file menu, or simply click Alt F3. Okay. Now go to file, Alt F. Click yes. Click on new. Enter. Just type, press enter when you are in new. So go to file menu again. Yes. So press F5 so that you can resize the window. So just press the button F5 key on your keyboard. Okay, start typing the program. Yes, right. Okay. Come to the next line. Just type. Just press enter so that you can come back. No. Just continue typing. Click on the screen. No, don't go for options. Just click on the blue background where you're actually typing. Yes, press enter. Yes. Start typing again. Press enter. Yes. So start typing and just press enter to go to the next line. So no problem. You can also give it in. Those are called the curly braces. So what you have typed is parenthesis. So just press shift plus the key which is just nearby the enter key, so that you can get the curly braces. Okay, no need to type the comments. So just start writing only the programs. Okay, continue.
Oh, am I done?
Yep.
Do I execute the program now?
Okay. So what you can do is like just type the window key and go for here. Okay, just stop typing.
Wait. Can you repeat?
Okay, it was completed. Then start typing what is there in the right side of the screen. Like looking to the, I have just changed the slide.
Okay.
Okay, I think you are just typing on semicolon. Okay.
I'm not
Can you
typing
finish?
anything. I'm not typing anything. It's not letting me.
Okay, it went done.
My hand is off the keyboard.
Yes, yes. Okay.
It's not letting me do the.
Okay. Type get the double quotes. Shift plus.
It's not letting me do the double quotes.
Okay. So I'll just type it. Okay, stop typing it here.
Thank you.
Okay, after the day you have a new symbol that's called a pipe symbol. We are not going to use pipe as of now because we can use it in the logical statements. So that is called a black backslash. So after D, just delete the symbol and write on slash backslash. No, don't use shift. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
No, again, type it simply. Don't use shift.
Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. Can you do the
Okay, I'll do it.
others? So
Okay.
yeah.
So you're done with writing the program. So this is fine. Okay. So Yusuf, and so have you observed the program? So whatever we have typed everything. Now what you want to do is like Yusuf, I'm just giving you the cursor control. So just access it and try to execute the program. Just try to go with if there are any errors. So just try to find out if there are any errors and try to correct them so that you can
I
have an
have to
idea.
I have to download the desktop version, and so I'll be able to, so give me 1 minute.
Okay. So are you doing it right now?
Yes, I am. It's almost finished.
Okay, just observe the program first, then you can do it later, or if you are in the middle of the installation, then leave it. Okay, then continue. Fine. And Ali, are you available to execute this program?
Um,
Okay.
mm,
Okay, I have given you this request. Okay, I have given you the control for mouse
I,
and
I'm on
keyboard.
the desktop version.
I, I
No,
have to
no need to
get
say.
the, I have to get the desktop version.
Yeah, click on the blue screen so that you will be there. No, just close it by clicking on the green spot on the left corner, top corner. No, not that one. Just move the cursor. So you could see this small square above the welcome message, right? No, don't go for the menu. I'm not talking about the menu. Just click on. So you'll see just come below.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So just above the welcome, you have white braces, right? White color braces on the border line. Just below the file menu. No, below the file menu.
Yeah, sorry. It won't let me.
Okay, I think.
Sorry.
Okay, let me show. So this is the spot. Okay. So this is the end of that particular file. Okay, no, don't go
I
for
know.
again.
Yeah, I know. I need the spot, but every time I move my cursor, it doesn't let me move it.
Okay. So anyway, now try to save the file.
Okay. File.
Move your cursor, focus it on the file menu.
Mm.
File menu. Just type the right cursor key, right key on your keyboard. Yes. No. Simply only once. Okay. Go for save menu. Just type yes. Click on save. First option. Yes. Enter. Now don't just
Take away
remove.
the PP.
No. Just yeah. So remove that double P. So leave that C as it is. Okay. Just move to no name no name 00. So just remove that name and give some name. Okay. Just type backspace. No, don't select the complete name. Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Start typing backspace. Yes, exactly. In the same way until the slash. Okay, stop it. So type a new name for it. So give your name. Yes. So remove that 0. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Okay then, just type enter. Okay. Or click on OK or type enter. Press enter. Now your file name has been changed to Yusuf.c. Now execute it. So how, before you execute, you need to compile it.
Mm.
So how you can compile? Very good. Enter. No, when you reach the focus of compile, then you can simply press enter. Or there's a keyword like Alt F9. Okay, press enter. So you have 11 errors here.
Okay.
So what is the first one?
Expected.
So there is a mistake, right? There should be a double quotes. There should be a curly brace after the main function.
Oh, okay.
So just change it to curly brace. No, don't click on the top one. Okay, let me.
And I'm sorry. It seems whenever I move my mouse, it
Okay, then do one thing, like what you can do is Alt Enter. Okay. No, don't go for it. Don't go for repaint. So I just click on. So just come to the right side of the screen where you could see green arrow mark, right? Green arrow showing. No, just come to the blue background. I'm talking about the background of.
yeah. Sorry, sir. But every time I click what you want me to click, it doesn't
Okay,
work.
just press escape if you can find unknown help files or another types.
Okay.
Okay, just a second. So this is what called the green arrow here. So just click on. No, not that one.
Yeah, I pressed the green arrow and it opened up the help menu.
Okay. So this is where. Okay, stop moving the cursor. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This particular green color arrow. So where you can just click on to resize. Okay, and this is the spot. The left side you have the spot, right? So this is called to be the close one. So if you can click on, so obviously the file will be closed. And here this is the mistake that you got. Change it to curly brace. So press escape if you can find, if the cursor is going there. Don't move the cursor on the top so that you will get the same thing here. So leave the cursor sometime separately and only work with the keyboard.
Okay.
So open the curly brace. Okay, now press Alt F9, compile.
Oh, yeah.
Press enter. So
It
there
says
are
2
three
errors.
things again. A, B, and X.
Okay, so oh yeah, X isn't supposed to be there.
Okay.
No.
Okay, just work with the keyboard, like, yeah, enter. Statement missing somewhere.
Oh, wait, is it this?
Where actually the statement was missing.
It said over here. At the,
No, we have A equals to 10, right?
yeah.
And B equals to 20,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we have C equals to A plus B, but we don't have semicolon. So that is missing there. Give a semicolon there. Yes. Now try to compile again. Okay.
No,
Now can you run it?
dash shell.
No, don't go for dorsal. So
Save.
first you need to run it, execute it.
Save.
Save.
Did we save? Oh yeah.
Yes. Simply press F2 for save.
Yeah.
To use a shortcut.
Pressed it, and then press this.
Okay. So you won't see any result because you did not execute it actually. So just type exit to go back to the C. Type Y. So select yes. Okay. What you do is like press Control F9. Okay. Have you typed? Have you executed it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now go to the DOS shell
Okay.
to see the result. Okay. Can you see the output there?
Oh yeah, I see.
Value of F. So that is a decimal value like 23.333 and 4. Have you understood it?
Yes.
Okay. Stop moving the cursor. I'll explain you the flow. So all of you look here. So what you did was like we have just written the comments. So this is one of the header file that we have used. That is hash include stdio.h, and these are the comments. Okay, don't move the mouse. Just leave the cursor aside. Okay. So this is where you actually type. So while you give these comments, the compiler will ignore these statements. So whenever you want to make it work, so just remove the cursor or remove the comments, but as these are not the statements to be executed, so I just put a comment here. So when I'm talking about extern, so this is one of the keyword. So I'm using this type of data type was called extern. So extern keyword should be used before the main function, and we can also use it for the functions instead. And this extern, which also works and which makes the keyword to look like a local variable. And when you're talking about extern, so this has a special capabilities that you can, these keywords are called to be the global ones. So you can also see this is integer a and b. So this is the two integer variables that I took for execution, and this is the third integer that is called integer c, and this is the fourth one with the data type called float and f. So if I want to work with these values like a, b, c and f, so all these are not equal because they have a little difference, that is these three, that is called integer a, b and integer c comes under only single data type called integer. Now it comes under float. So this is a different data type. So as you know, integer stands for integer type of values but not decimal, but float stands for decimal values. So now you could see I have started integer main. This is called the main function. So you can even write this brace below the main function. So I am starting curly brace to show that I am writing the main content file, and these are comments. So just ignore, so nothing happens with the comments. and when you start typing integer a, b and c, I'm using them.
It's 10 o'clock.
Now a equals to 10. So what I'm doing here is this is nothing but a declaration of variables a, b and c and f. Now these particular things I'm just initializing here. So this is called declaration, where I have just declared the variables and I have the initialization. So initialization in the sense like assigning some values. So if you want to assign some values to that particular variables, then it is called to be the initialization.
It's 10 o'clock.
So here you can see that a equals to 10. So the value of 10 is stored in a and the value of 20 is stored in b. So what I am doing here is I have taken one more variable that is called c. So as c doesn't have any value, what I am doing here is I am adding this a plus b and giving a semicolon. So a plus b equals to c. So Ali Khalid, now tell me what happens to that particular c. Ali, are you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
It
Now what will be the value of c?
30. 30.
30.
Sir, I have one question about the program.
Yes.
Can I take control of it to show you? I want to see if something's viable.
Okay. So Yusuf, you need a cursor.
Yes.
Okay.
Where's
Yeah, click on the down arrow. Yeah, click on the executable window. Yes.
okay, so, over here, is it possible that you could just do this? So,
Okay, understood.
so are you
Yes,
allowed
you
to do
can.
that?
Yes, exactly. You can also do that.
Okay.
It is the same thing as you did, and you can also mention the same type of data types in a similar line. Just
Okay,
to
just
show you
asking.
differently as well in the beginning, like so I thought to show it as differently. You can also do it in the same way. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Now this is how you added so these values to the C, and I'm going to print this particular value of C. So give some space. So you can use colon here. Now where you want to print your value, so just place %d there and /n. So /n of states that next line or the new line. So whenever you give this, so it will show you a new line after you print some value. So in the same way, this one also works together. So what I'm doing here is, so when I type or when I give the value of C, so it will print that particular value called 30 here. And why I'm using F is to get the float values. So obviously I just want to divide, or I want to give a new value for float. I did not mention F anywhere, isn't it? I did not give any value for F. So what I'm doing here is F equals to, I'm just passing a value like 70.0 by 3.0. So I'm dividing 70 by 3 and I'm just passing this value to this particular F. So that F will have some value that is a resultant of division of 70 by 3. Then I could see here percentile F, percentage F, and I'm just printing it out. So this is called to be the address. So where I'm giving the value, like percentage F will bring out that particular value here and it will print in this location. So finally I'm writing return 0 and closing the function. So this is how you will write. Okay, I'm just saving it. F9 for compile. Alt F9 and Control F9. Okay, I have just printed it 2 times. Go to the DOS shell and you could see the value. Okay, whenever I type exit, I will just come back to the previous program. Okay, so this is how you have executed the program. And have any doubts in this program?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, anyone?
No.
Ali
No.
and Zakaria?
No.
Okay, fine. So I'll go for the next program where you actually have these type of values. Like, okay,
Oh,
okay. So you
no.
can type this program. So Ali, I'm just giving you the cursor control. Okay, start typing the program. So just close. I just want to close it. So just Alt F3. So write down few shortcuts. That's called so whenever you want to link. So for linking,
I have to go eat dinner.
okay, okay, no problem. We are just ending the session.
I need to finish it.
So just write down this shortcut keys. So for linking, you just need to press F9. So for compiling, Alt plus F9, and these are the keyboard shortcuts. For executing, you need to press Control F9. So for saving the file, it's F2. For closing, Alt plus F3. Okay, and for quit, Alt plus X. So just know about and have any doubts in this session for today?
No.
Okay, all of you?
No.
Okay, fine, then we'll meet you in the next session. So you can just take, yeah, tell me.
I'll get you last class's homework on Wednesday.
Yes, have you did?
Bye. Thank you.
Okay,
Fine.
so if you have time, just do it as a homework.
Mhm.
Do this program as a, okay, meet you on Thursday. Bye.